16. Any chance. Sharn spent the afternoon chiseling an olawea-katii, a canoe log. Wataroki would be old enough for his own canoe soon. His father, Kuchio, whom Sharn had known and loved since childhood, had died of sickness soon after the boy was born. On his deathbed, he asked Sharn to take care of Watu when he approached the age of manhood. The boy had grown up with his mother and her family in Chief Vinoko's village, upriver. But now he was 11 winters old and lived with Sharn and Testera and Tenamok. Sharn scraped strips from the log with a sharp rock, pushing them towards a small fire burning at the front of the canoe. Tedious work, but good for thinking. He went at it for a long while, turning over in his mind the problems his people faced, until sweat poured off him like rain. When he was tired, he took off his remaining clothes and bathed in the river. That evening, Sharn met with the men of the village. In Sharn's youth, the men numbered in the 30s when they met, but disease had killed many, and some of the young men had gone away to live like the Minkaera, with their own farms and square houses. Now they were a council of 9 when they met. They gathered in the roundhouse of Tiwekto, Sharn's uncle. Sharn's father, Narateak, spoke first. He told the story of the Minkaera, how in the beginning it had been a good partnership with them, but how over time it had grown worse and worse for the Kwali Dane. The Minkaera and the Sons of the East try to trade for our lands, Sharn's father said, and if we do not trade, they take land anyway. They are bent on having the entire world be theirs, to call their own. If there is a thing they want, they take it. Everything to them can be owned. A tree, a pond, a rock, a river, a person. My son, Sharn Nalwen, has been a friend to the Minkaeran called Ponder Ast since he was young, when he used to go with us to meet with them. Sharn knows their language and he knows their way of thinking better than anyone here. He will tell us about his talk with the Minkaera, and we will decide if we must begin to treat the Minkaera as enemy or continue as friends. Sharn began, "It is true I have been friends with many of the Minkaera since I was a boy. We have traded with Ponder and his people for many good things, and he has not cheated us. Neither have we tried to get more from him than what is fair, though some villages have. He values our friendship and understands our pain." He held up the spices from Ponder for all to see. "He has given us a gift of spices that will last us through the winter, or longer." He passed the box around. I asked, and he agreed to call the Minkaera chiefs of the area together for a meeting. I will go, and as many of the elders from each village as wish to attend. I believe we must try to show them our situation, and convince them to make laws keeping their people from harming us without cause, and to keep them from trying to take our lands or our children, or anything Great Spirit has given us. Ponder thinks this can be done. I think we must try. An agreement between our two peoples will prevent much pain and death, and protect our future here as a people." Sharn finished, and the circle sat silent. "What does your pale-eyed brother Cree think of this?" asked Tiwekto. Sharn hesitated. He also does not think we would do well to fight the Minkaera, but he is concerned talking will come to nothing. He looked down at the fire flickering in the center of their circle. "He is interested in the Kote prophet called Drekan." Murmuring filled the house. The old men's faces soured at the mention of the Kote. The few young men who were left in the village perked up at the name of Drekan. Chief Tiwekto let the murmurs continue for a moment, then held up his hands for quiet. 13 winters have passed, he said, keeping his hands up, since we made peace with the Kote. That peace has tasted sweet on my lips and felt good in my stomach. But for Kwali Dane to follow teachings of a Kote prophet, He shook his head. This is a thing I would not see in my lifetime. Shar Nalwen, son of my brother, you will go to this meeting of the Minkera chiefs. I will go with you. You must go to the other villages and hold council with them, so they can send their chiefs as well. We must show the Minkera we are serious. If there is any chance at peace, we must attempt it.